Boom! Welcome everyone. It's been some quite some time since I've posted something. Without any waste of time and a bit of a disclaimer again today. Disclaimer changes now and then, but yeah, today um, uh, I'll touch on women. Women, some of the things that we can learn from them. Some psychological stumbling blocks that are there, or some of the psychological breaches that are there, or pretty much their nature's nature as human beings, as well as people in general, women. And again, I think this is a video that I think it's more of a homage for me, paying homage, yeah, paying homage to the fact that for all of my living life, I've been with women. I grew up with my cousin sisters a lot of the time, and I grew up around women, from my grandmother to being raised by my late aunt as well as my present aunt. And the fact that, as I've said, for quite some time, I've grown and grew around women. And yeah, this is more of a thank you. And detailing some of the things that I've learned from them, and some of the things that I've gotten to now experience through them and experience with them as well. And without any waste of time, with my many researches that I do, this is one that I've stumbled upon, and it was pretty much pulling and pretty much interesting. So it goes as saying how women rise and how to pretty much break some of the barriers, some of the habits barriers that are there, be it corporate or any other setting, professional setting, career setting, individual setting, and any other aspect that is there. And as I've said, or as I've alluded earlier, that these are some of the reasons that I'll be doing this, and this is what I'll be looking at today. So there it goes, women. So I don't want to do a disservice to this, so I'll have to read it and yeah, just share some bit of information. I think it might help you if you're a woman, or it might help you if you are trying to elevate your career, trying to learn a bit more of yourself, or learn a bit more of why is this happening, why is this response, or why am I responding this way, or why this reaction into this. And I think it's pretty much interesting. So I'll start by some what I'll start by illustrating, or just to pinpoint some of the things that are there through this research that I've stumbled upon, which is pretty much interesting. Only if you use it though, and if you watch the video. So it goes as saying how women rise. So, and it further says women have been found to be great and effective leaders in all industries. The difference in qualities that they bring on the table adds value to their leadership. However, they noticed that there are some inherent habits that women often overdo, which acts as an hindrance in their career progression. They highlight those habits through these following aspects, or through these attributes that I'll pretty much touch on. And they're pretty much interesting. We have 12 of them, so I'll try by all means to make this video not a strenuous one. And yeah, so I'll start from number one. And this is, again, as I've said, I'm paying homage to my sisters and to every man out there. And given the fact that I've grew up under an environment where it's women based, so this is my thank you to them, and saying, look, guys, you have to take care of yourselves and look at some of the things that are there so that you can progress in life. be it in corporate or in any setting that you may find yourself in. So there it goes. So number one, it says reluctance to claim your achievements. So what is it that they say about this? It says uncomfortable using the word I. Therefore, always try to spread the credit around. So they're pretty much reluctant in having to claim their achievements. That is one. Number two, it says expecting others to spontaneously notice and reward your contributions. Boo! All right. So being reluctant to take responsibility for getting noticed, thus losing advantage for visibility and positioning. So that's pretty much what happens under that attribute number two. I will have to read it again. Reluctant to take responsibility for getting noticed, thus losing advantage for visibility and positioning. Hmm. Take note, guys, women, ladies, young girls, take note. And third one, over overvaluing expertise. And the further explained it in this way: the mindset of obtaining mastery only in their particular role and not experimenting outside. So it's like you cocooning whatever that you have, you're not thinking of the outside picture out there. So that's number three, overvaluing expertise. Number four, it says building rather than leveraging on relationships. So building rather than leveraging on relationships. And it goes as follows: uncomfortable in building win-win relationships and to openly seek for gains from relationships. Jeez. All right. That's number four. Number five, it says failing to enlist allies from day one. I'll repeat, I think I've might have butchered the word there. Failing to enlist allies from day one, yes. Then it further says, or in explaining this, not recognizing allies, mentors, sponsors in the organization who can support towards your success. So please pay attention, take attention at that. Number six, it says putting your job before your career. Jeez. Yeah. And I think some of these attributes, given that I'm on number six right now, I think by nature, some of the things they're contributing to this. But now, when you're looking to have to position yourself, balance your life, I think they're pretty much interesting. Number six is putting your job before your career. It further explains is too much focus on current job and not building visibility that will get them to the next level. So that's number six. Woo. Number seven says the perfection trap. That's number seven, the perfection trap. Giving themselves a hard time in desire to be perfect in their particular roles. I mean, I think we might have understood it enough, especially as men, that uh, or as human for that matter, that we are imperfect. As much as we always trying to do better, get better, achieve better, gain better. At some point, that means we're coming from an imperfect pay moving right to a perfect one. So the perfection trap, it doesn't work for anyone. I mean, whether you are OT or we made, it doesn't work. So that's number seven. Number eight, it says the disease to please. That's number eight, the disease to please. Jeez. Yeah. So they explain it as follows: reluctant to take stern decisions, to express their opinions in fear of hurting others. So you guys hold back, you're reluctant in actually taking a stand and say, no, this goes this way, or this has to happen this way. So the disease to please, sometimes it doesn't, or it's a bad habit to have or to pretty much build upon. That's number eight. Number nine, minimizing. Just like that, minimizing. Being soft, unassertive, in the fear of threatening others and creating negative image. All right, it makes sense, especially when you look at it from the perfection trap, the disease to please, and to this one now, which is number 9, minimizing. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, moving right along, number 10, too much. Just like that, too much. That's one habit as well that you guys need to work on. Too much. So they further explain it in this way: too much disclosure, too much words, and too much emotions acting as hindrance. So I think myself as well, I think I suffer from this. I'll, I always have this desire to always try to explain something too much, or always go an extra mile. Always. I think maybe I might have picked that or learned that habit with the women that I've been throughout my life, given the fact that I've grew up with my cousin sisters, as well as my aunt, the late one, as well as the current one. So I think I might have took that from them. And then number 4, it's ruminating. Uh, no, sorry, the word it's ruminating. That's the word, ruminating. So ruminating, basically, it's more of like having to overly think, or overly doing things overly too much. In a way, I think it's more or less the same. But ruminating, so they further explain it in this way: clinging too much on the past, having inward regret, blaming themselves, and setting their own mistake to an extreme. Yeah, I think this is a habit that everyone has, apart from women alone. But yeah, number last, which is our 12th one, it says letting your radar distract you. Letting your radar distract you. So the further explain it in this way: losing focus and letting people and situation around you to distract you. So please watch this. It might help you. You might learn something. You might learn one or two. I mean, I think as gents as well, I think this will help into understanding our women, into understanding women around us, into having to relate and work with them as well. Because whether we like it or not, we need them as much as they need us. But as I've said, this is just a homage to pay my respect to the women out there, and my respect to the women that I've grew up around, and women that pretty much nurtured me into this gent, into this being right now. So don't forget to do the right thing down there. Thanks. Peace out.